don't think there's any... I think it's recording. So, hello. Welcome to episode 25 of the Brink of Sanity. And I'm Jay. This is Bri. And the little... If you're watching live on Stick'em, it's stick'em.com/the Brink of Sanity. And we're in the main cam. Alex is hiding. And Bri is on the upper right. So, we announce on the forums when we're going live.
Don't look at the camera. Dude, can you see me? I'm like leaning forward because the freaking headphones are not that long.
Yeah. This is where the show derails because we've never done this before. We just play with the webcam the entire show, and it's no fun for any of the pre-recorded listeners. And since there's nobody else live, this is the show, folks. So we got a lot of stuff going on today. There's Bri, did you hear last week's episode? Okay, well we continued the ongoing scamming the scammers, where I got Mr. Muhammad very, very bad, and wrapping it up this week. Bri. Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, fuck with them. Let's start a revolution. I actually posted it on a X-Men comic forums, and they were loving it. And now they're all doing it when they get the scams. Mm-hmm. So one guy is going with Bruce Wayne right now as Batman. Since we're talking about it, we might as well just finish it up. I got two computers now, so I can do this. Let's see. He wrote, how are you? Is everything okay with you? I think I got to that part. He sent one last form. And I filled it out with Bobby Drake's info. I changed the profession this time, though. The professions are crime fighting, rescues, and other heroic things. And I had to put the relationship to the deceased. And I put some old dude I used to poke with a stick. And he actually, I think he started to catch on, because he wrote, "What do fill in space of your relationship?" And, blah, blah. He didn't get it. And then he left a voicemail asking about it. Let's see if we can get that up right here.
Hello, this is Barry from Mohammed Ali, speaking from Malaysia. I'm still waiting to hear from you in regard to your last email. Please kindly get back to me, for this is urgent and important.
Urgent and important.
To hear from you. Thank you and remember.
Oh, he's part of Cro-Magnon.
Ali, Malaysia.
Malaysia. See, if he says Malaysia enough, I actually believe that he's from Malaysia.
But does he leave a phone number, or?
He sent it in his very first email, and I was going to call him live on the show. It's like $1.50 a minute, and while it would be funny, I don't want to spend a penny.
Plus, anyone has your phone number.
I don't care. No, you could call through Skype.
Oh.
I don't care if he has my phone number. I mean, the more times he calls, the funnier it is. So, then I just...
You just let him have it.
I just destroyed him. This is what I wrote back to him, and I haven't heard from him since. Yeah. For the listeners who don't go to the forums, I'll read it real quick. I wrote, "You, sir, are a dummy of epic proportions. Did you really think your scam was going to work? Really? Maybe it does work on some people, but to scam someone, you have to be smarter than the person you're trying to scam. First, I'm going to tell you how your scam was ridiculous and how it's actually scamming you by wasting your time, and then I'll end with a paragraph of insults."
Like an essay.
Yeah. So the middle part, I'm just telling you how to scam stupid. You can you go to the forums, brinkofsanityshow.com/forum if you want to see that, because it's pretty long. I sent them Wikipedia links to who Bobby Drake was and the address, which is the X Mansion, and I call him stupid and a slug and everything. And a paragraph of insults. I hope you get herpes of the eyes. Hopefully you'll get bitten by a rat in the balls and get plague in your dick. Do this planet a favor and drown yourself in your kitchen sink. You smell like piss and look like shit, or some combination of the two. You probably won't understand any of this, so just know that I hate you so very, very much, and it would bring a smile to my face if yours got horribly disfigured. Thanks for the laughs, but please cease to exist. Bobby Iceman Drake. And, I think he was,
You didn't get any response?
No. Do you think I would get any response from that guy? Like, he's just like, fuck, he got me. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my other email address, and I'm going to email him acting interested again, and I'm going to make him go through all this again with a different name, and then at the end, I'm just going to be like, it's Bobby Drake again, that guy again. So,
laziest.
And then I was on an ESPN chat yesterday, and somebody asked the question, and his name was Bobby Drake from Long Island, New York. So, because it's better than working. NBA. People, ask
Every
questions.
chat room masks itself as something else, and then it all turns to sex. Oh, fuck. Fuck that shit. The Clippers. I didn't even get to see that's what it was. The Clippers?
Yeah, for a second round draft pick. No, the trading of a second round draft pick. So they just swap. So basically, they just gave him away.
So he's going to be playing with what's his face from
Baron Davis?
Yeah.
No. Shh. No, Alex is wrinkling. Put him out on a napkin or something.
I'm playing with my candy.
Alex is playing with his Skittles. So what else we got today? We got Brian's an announcement for later.
Okay.
2 announcements.
Oh, shit.
Whoa. Okay. You want to do one now? Suspended. Well, to also to clear things up, like it's our show, so it's not like I'm like the boss and I could like scold Bri and give him detention and shit. That's funny.
Would it trouble you much if I switched places with you?
No, it wouldn't actually.
All right.
So, just gonna do a little switch or.
Here, you can even take your chair. Take your chair.
Take my chair. Chinese fire drills are on the show.
There we go.
All right.
I think I'll be able to.
Okay. All right. So, Bri's announcement. Announcement number 1.
Number 1.
2.
What's the last piece?
You're getting a hot tub?
Wow. Awesome, man. When are we coming up?
Sweet. No shit. That's
so we
awesome.
should all 4 of us, yeah. So we should all go out to the bars when we come up there, and we'll take some ladies home. Awesome.
All right. Well, now you gotta tell me where you live so I can come visit. Nice. Let's just hope you don't get an old lady moving in that's like... See, what do you have, like a shared driveway? I know nothing about you, Brian. Gotcha.
Annoying.
Plow King.
Mr. Plow. Awesome.
We had your favorite guest host last week. It went good, actually. Got some good feedback. Went pretty well. You're just a friggin' menace today. Not you, Bri, Alex. He just comes over and starts trashing the place.
No, sorry.
Switching seats, throwing candy. This is out of control.
Sorry, I was giving you the look about your response to that, though. You said you got some good feedback. What kind of feedback did you get?
That it was funny.
Lauren was funny?
Both of them. I guess you don't agree, but I also got that he was a stereotypical masshole, which he knows, and he is, but it went all right.
Okay.
Anyway, Lauren, that's now nobody can accuse us of being racist because we officially had a black person as a guest host on the show, and there was no problems. So no, it's just our mutual friend. I met her on Craigslist a couple years ago, and
you met her? Or?
No, it was it was a platonic thing.
Okay, that's cool.
Yes. Jasmine. Anyway, I still didn't finish the stories from last weekend, and we got a whole bunch of shit from this weekend.
Yeah.
I just got one quick story from the weekend before. I live in a let's just say. Yeah, I'm recording on my new Mac, so we don't have the British bitch now. It's kind of disappointing because I kind of like that. But and plus the Mac has no mic, so I'm kind of just yelling at the screen right now. It's just kind of weird. The quality is pretty good though. So I live in a Spanish, I guess you'd say, neighborhood. A little bit,
sure, yeah.
A little bit. And I went to a bakery at the corner to get a cake, and all the cakes looked exactly the same. So I'm like, here we go. Like, what, I thought I was going to have to point to every single cake and ask what it was. So I'm like, all right, this one looks particularly nice. What flavor is it? And she said, pineapple. I'm like, all right. I didn't want to who eats a pineapple cake? So I went to the other cake. I'm like, what flavor is this one? She goes, they're all pineapple. I'm like, you have a bakery and you only make pineapple cakes. And, only pineapple cakes and all the same exact design. They just had small, medium, and large of the same exact design. And that was the entire bakery. Pineapple cake bakery.
They're waiting for the pineapple rush, I guess. Wow.
I don't know. Do Puerto Ricans eat pineapple cakes? Is that their thing? I mean, we have 3 Latin food places in a row, and it's the one Latin place, the Pineapple Bakery, and then 2 more Latin places. So it's and they all suck. All the Mexican places suck. You'd think if you're Mexican, you know how to cook your own food, but they all stink. So you want to go? Was it? That is how I feel about that. I am not a fan. I mean, pineapple cakes are right, but make a fucking vanilla cake. Stupid. No, it's not. I mean, if I wanted fruit, I'd eat a fucking banana.
I bet you would.
In one bite.
Sorry.
And then, should we get into the camping trip, or do you have anything, Bri, or what? All right. Yeah, I was trying to subtly cover it in the, kind of let myself go, but it happens.
No, dude, no. I saw some old man fucking guts, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's people with bigger guts, but, rather not have
I know.
my gut catastrophe. So we went with the professor, the doc, and me and you.
Yep.
To Maine, which
Lovely
is
Maine.
an 8-hour drive from Brooklyn. Oh, yeah?
Happy travels.
Start early.
Yeah.
Or you can get the professor to drive you, and he'll start 3 hours late.
Yeah.
Then you could get there at 11:30 at night and put up your tents in the pitch black.
That's what you could do.
That's what you could do. And you can miss the whole party Friday night, and everyone's like about to pass out when you get there.
Yeah.
You could do that. It's an option.
There were still a couple girls up, but they turned out to all be like dating someone.
Yeah. All the daters stayed up late. Well, it's hard when the guys are directly next to them.
Yeah.
Scowling.
And even when I tried to start conversations, it was not happening.
No, they were kind of boring, actually.
And they weren't drunk enough.
Cute, but boring.
Not even drunk. I don't know.
So we have pictures, brinkisanityshow.com/forum. You can see my insanely white, pale gut, which turned bright red within 4 hours and has already peeled and is back to ghostly white within a span of 3 days.
Wow.
I'm Irish. That's it. It's I peel and get white within 48 hours. That's it. The whole transformation's done. My arms got a little color. My forehead is like peeling,
There you
and that's it. Yeah, well, it's getting the same size. I'm just getting a lot less hair. It's cool. I'm getting paler, fatter, and balder. This is awesome. You got the webcam in perfect time.
Awesome. Here we go. I think I'm starting to have a bald spot way back here. Oh, the receder. It's like my dad.
Yeah, I'm starting to get that. You're gonna have like a.
You know the little dot in front where it kind of crosses behind it?
He's gonna have a mohawk without having to do anything. I think your webcam just fell over.
It's adjusting.
So we got up in the morning, like 7 in the morning.
Something like that.
And Alex made breakfast burritos for everyone, which was awesome. There's a picture of those.
Good stuff.
Get in the water around like 9:30, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, I think, right?
Wait, but talk about the drama with that.
Drama with getting in the water?
With getting the canoe.
Getting the canoe. Go for it. You can talk to.
Oh, okay. Well, I just, we get there to the water, and we're going to park the car, and then they lead us on through to this area, the stage, and pull out your stuff.
Oh, I forgot about this.
So then we're like, well, where's the canoe? Well, you got to go back and pay for it. Okay, so we decided, okay, we're going to unload the stuff. Alex, you wait with it. We'll go and pay for the tent, or the canoe. And so, it took them like an hour or something to go back, but I guess they just beat all this line, but there was still a line in front of them. So they had to pay for it. Then they had to park the car, and they got there just before there was a big line, but there was still a line in front of them. And so just a lot of line stuff. I didn't even know what was going on. I thought we were going to get there and the canoe would be there, and it wasn't. But finally got the canoe there, and we loaded up, and we're more like probably 10:30.
That's because it took like 2 hours to get through all that bullshit.
Yeah.
And by 10:35, I was charred to a crisp after 4 coats of SP45.
And, after about 5 minutes, I had a beer in hand.
Yep, immediately started drinking.
So that was good.
The doc and I drank about 1.5 bottles of rum before we set up our camp for the night, which was fun. Marshmallow fights. When you get marshmallows wet, they get bigger and they hurt. So we were winging marshmallows at each other. And I think the doc has about 4 articles of clothing which are permanently stained with marshmallow now, which is pretty funny.
My hat, I got a big marshmallow stain. I actually got one right in the eye.
You did.
that wasn't fun.
A sandy marshmallow.
Let's see. Jay, in all his infinite wisdom, we were paddling along, saw this little piece of, not little, fairly sizable piece of watermelon rind. Takes it into his little oar and flips it up over at a couple other canoes with Jim and a couple of his friends. Then they started breaking off pieces of it and throwing it at us. And let's see if you can see it. Right
You do have a mark.
Here.
That's from the watermelon?
Yeah. Somebody threw it at me, and I still have a little mark there from getting hit with a piece of watermelon rind. So that was fun. But tons of cool stuff. I mean, they had like rope swings into the water and like places you could jump off. And at one point, we pulled over and sat our chairs in the water and drank beers and just watched people go by. Watched a lot of hot ladies go by too.
Mm-hmm. Freiburg, which is right over the New Hampshire border, like an hour north of Portland.
Yeah, what was it? Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Then you go up Route 16 along this mountain ridge or whatever, and then you just cross directly into Maine. And it was. I mean, once we got up there, I had a great time.
Yeah.
Just timing is a bitch.
I had the other bright idea. Yeah, the first day it's only like 2 hours of canoeing, so like you keep pulling over. Every time there's a beach, you pull over, you barbecue shit, you have snacks. I brought like a bunch of Lunchables, and you keep pulling over and like hanging out just to make it last longer. And then the second day, there's like 3 hours of like hardcore canoeing, like windy, rocks sticking up, so you got to like be alert. Yeah. Which I wish it was the opposite because you're tired and hungover by the second day.
Oh hell yeah!
And then it's like treacherous. So I also had the bright idea to set up my chair in the middle of the canoe, which I promptly tipped over and fell out. And
Well, but the funny thing was we canoed a whole day. Second day we're canoeing, and midway through that canoe part of the trip, we figure out we've been going backwards the whole time.
Yeah, the canoe was backwards.
The canoe was backwards.
I was sitting and the edge of the canoe was like 6 inches in front of me. That's why I had no like balance, and I kept like tipping over. So we did that for a day and a half.
Yeah, he should have been in the rear, and I thought where my seat was the rear. So
you're the one who took canoeing classes. You should have picked up.
Not the big fucking canoe like that. I had the small little ones where it didn't matter. It was like universal. I don't know. Yeah, it's okay. I'm stupid. I know. People were playing Bago, which I'd never seen before.
Yeah, I only saw that in the arcades where you like roll the ball and you gotta get the beanbag in like the little hole, but they like set that up.
They used to call that beanbag toss for me, but maybe like East Coast.
Well, everything in Boston has to have
Bago.
Our friend Jim set the whole thing up. He's from Boston, so like everyone there was, Yeah. Matt wouldn't go. No, his girlfriend changed her mind. Well, and his mind. And he's just going to suck it up, I guess. I thought he would be madder, actually. I'd be furious, Yeah, she said, I'm not going to move to Alaska. Sorry for putting you through a mass depression for the last 6 months, but that's fine. Yeah. I got like 3 blocks. I ended up crashing it twice before we dropped it off. I didn't have a passport and I forgot my birth certificate. They let me out of the country anyway. We had to like 5 minutes before the flight. I'm like running around the stationery stores, getting a photocopy of my birth certificate faxed and getting it notarized and like ridiculous. Yeah, it was pimped out, I also always hurt myself. I also always get very hurt when we go more than 10 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of getting fucked up, now we get to the trip home.
What did you... speaking of him anyway, you want to talk about the doc, the professor?
Professor.
Him like wasted in the chair and people telling him he didn't need to drink anymore and.
Oh yeah. He was. He brought a bottle of mojito rum, and decided to try and drink the whole bottle with no mixer. And he weighed the professor, and he weighs like 37 pounds.
Wet.
Yeah, soaking wet.
Yeah.
So people were telling him to like calm down because he was like stumbling around and like passing out.
And they couldn't even like. At one point, we were throwing the marshmallows, and one was near the fire, and it was kind of molten and hot in my hand.
Wait. We made a huge campfire at night, and everyone was making s'mores, but then it turned into a big marshmallow fight. That's when Alex got hit in the eye.
Yeah.
So it was like 30 people just winging marshmallows as hard as they could at people.
Yeah, we wasted like 3 bags.
Yeah. So then Alex has the best idea ever.
Well, I'm like, oh, it's a molten one. I didn't think, was that, liquefied, whatever the word would be. And I picked it up and went to huck it at someone, not who I intended to, and it hit the professor on the leg,
and it instantly melted to his knee. His whole knee is this big gooey marshmallow.
And he just sort of sits up and looks down at his knees like, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, what's going on? I got a wet napkin and wiped it off because I felt bad for him.
He was gonna pass out again with marshmallow on his knee.
In our tomb-like tents.
Yeah, everyone was making fun of our tents. We bought these tiny tents. They were like $18 each.
Yeah.
And they were like, 5 feet by 7 feet. So we were just like sleeping in a coffin, and like it's hard to get it, perfectly taut when it's in the sand. So it was sagging a little. So like, plus I had sand in the entrance, so I had to go in head first.
Yeah.
So like the back is literally like 4 inches from my face.
Yeah.
And like that was like what we had to sleep in. It was a little tomb. And people were like, oh, why'd you guys bring your own tents? I'm like, well, I don't have to sleep with a dude tonight. What are you doing? And there was like, oh, touche. Of course, the professor was so drunk, he set his up all fucked up, so the roof was actually touching his face while he was sleeping.
Yeah.
Somebody did get buried.
This one dude's boyfriend, or girl's boyfriend.
I tried to post that on the forums. I don't think I did, though.
Yeah, he was wasted and he was treating his girlfriend like shit.
Yeah.
I was like, why are you with this dude? She was actually kind of hot.
Yeah, she like said like, how you feeling? And he's just like, you really annoy me sometimes. And you like passed out again.
Fucking A. Okay, well then so actually everyone pretty much went to bed kind of early, I thought.
Oh, definitely. Well, I had sun poisoning.
Yeah.
So I couldn't. I was just sitting there shivering for about 3 hours, and I'm like, I just can't function. This is stupid.
Plus, you ran out of booze too.
No, I still had a little bit, and people would have gave me some, but
yeah.
But
everyone seemed like they were kind of like tired anyway.
See, last time I went, everyone was up till like 4 in the morning.
Well, there was cool. Like they had some like people lighting off fireworks, like not your cheap little variety. They had some of them, probably $300, $400.
Yeah, pretty big.
The 3 color kind of pop things.
And they were setting them off like right next to our canoe. It was like, our canoe is going to have a hole in it tomorrow morning. I know it.
Awesome.
All our shit's going to be at the bottom of the river.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. Surprisingly, but the trip home was still a catastrophe.
Yeah, we got up at early, 6:30.
6:30 in the morning we got up because we have an 8-hour drive. We're like, we got 2 or 3 hours of canoeing.
Yeah.
If everything runs smoothly, we can actually be out of the water by 9:30, on the road by 10 o'clock. Home by 6. Perfect, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good plan.
Thought so.
But that's not the way it turned out. We...
Oh, you're gonna love it. It's...
But it's not my fault. I didn't...
It's not my fault!
100% not my fault. Oh, what happens... Right. True. The curse of Jay's road tripping.
Yep.
So what happens is you canoe down that treacherous thing all tired and hungover. Now I'm on total 2 days, 6 hours sleep.
Yep.
Sun poisoning. Now we have to canoe down the treacherous, narrow river. We do we're paddling pretty fast because we just want to get it done. Like, so it takes us like about 2.25 hours to get like 3 hours of canoeing done. So what you do is you pull over at the checkoff point, empty out your canoe, you call up the canoe place, and you say, I'm done, come get me. They come, they take the canoes, and then they take the driver to their car. And then the driver comes back and picks you up. You know, fairly simple process.
Fairly simple, yeah.
Not for the professor.
I don't think... Did you think he really understood the process? Or he was just hungover and tired and didn't?
I don't know. I don't know what was going through his head.
No.
I said, a car is going to come to pick you up and drive you to your car. And he starts walking and leaning into, like, random cars. And the doc's like, no, what are you doing?
Let's ask Brian.
And Alex says, our car isn't here yet. I know that's hard to decipher, and he could have misunderstood that, but our car wasn't there yet.
No.
So, he's gone. He just...
No.
The guy who takes the canoes puts the canoes on the van and takes the driver and drives him to the car.
So, let me ask you this, Brian.
Correct. Oh, wait, before you ask,
yeah.
Just so you know, before we continue this story, his phone got wet the day before, so now his phone is dead.
So he has no phone.
Okay.
So the question to you, now that you've heard this, if you show up in the canoe, would you wait until someone said, this was the McKenna party, is that your canoe? Would you wait for someone to, approach you, or would you go approaching people? There we go. That is, I don't know.
That was the general consensus.
Dropped on his head? I don't know.
So, I go to change into something not wet. I come back. There's only the doc and Alex.
Yep.
They don't know where the professor is. Not a clue. Not a clue.
Not a clue.
So, we're getting a little nervous. Then the guy with the canoes shows up, picks up the canoes. He goes, where's your driver?
I don't know.
Don't know where our driver is.
I know.
Apparently, he thought it would be a good idea to get into a random van and go. There's about 8 canoe companies,
Yep.
And the parking lots span a course of over 10 miles. So, a half hour goes by. It's a 5-minute drive there and back, so he's 20 minutes late. We are getting a little angry. By a little, I mean I'm in the fetal position with an anxiety attack, and the doc is throwing shit. And,
yeah, he looked like he was mad. Like I was going to have to restrain him. I don't know.
Alex was the Zen master. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it.
I was just so hungover, man. I was like, I just want to get in the car and try to sleep. That's all.
I remember you're like, oh, the worst is behind us. I'm like, no, this is the worst. This is the worst, and it's right now. It doesn't get any worse than this. So he calls me after a half hour. I get to see the fucking grin on Bry's face right now. He's loving this. He calls up from a payphone and says, I'm at so-and-so parking lot. So we have a map, which he conveniently also didn't bring with him.
Yep.
And we look at the map, and he's 8 miles from where his car is. And his phone's dead. And I'm like, well, you're 8 miles away. He's like, all right, well, the guy brought me to the wrong place. I'm like, no, the guy brought you to the right place. You got in the wrong van because I don't know why. I'm going to try not to just murder him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, you're going to have to find your car because, you have the keys.
Yeah.
You took the wrong van. We can't do anything. We're, like, stuck.
Yeah.
So now we're, like, looking for apartments in Maine because we figure we're living there now. He shows up a half hour after that, which is quicker than I thought he would make it.
Yeah, it was quicker.
Apparently he walked over some bridge and another half a mile or so. And he found a shuttle that charged him like $22 to like get to his car. And then he said he asked a couple people how to find the canoe, where we were. Which, considering he made the stupidest move ever, he made a couple smart moves.
Yeah, he was...
But, it did delay the trip an hour. So getting up at 6:30 was, that's middle, or 6:30 was, no point really.
Yeah. Did have some, yeah. Well, we got to this pizza place about 12:15. We had some lunch, and ended up like really getting started at 1.
Yeah.
So really, the drive back wasn't that bad. It was about 7.5 hours, including both stops. So
Yeah. I mean, we stopped like 1 or 2 more times.
Yeah.
2 more times.
Yeah.
Still made it 7.5 hours. So yeah, it's not bad. We saw a Red Bull place that had 24 flavors of Red Bull. I don't like Red Bull, but you know, yeah. 24 too many actually. It was
right near Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
It was right when you crossed from Massachusetts into New Hampshire. It was like 10 minutes into New Hampshire.
Yeah.
And then they also had the best convenience store I've ever seen. They had like a shake machine, and they had like cups with all different flavors, and you could like make your own shakes and shit. Never saw that before.
What? The biggest thing to me beyond the screw ups with timing and just losing your head is really this kind of person's car, or any person's car that has a hatchback and is a 2-door. You should not take 4 guys.
Cool, all of camping equipment.
Yeah, I mean, because it was just very uncomfortable.
It was ridiculous. I had like 3 backpacks on my lap. The doc was surrounded with sleeping bags. He was I just saw his face sticking out of the sleeping bag. It must have been a million degrees. I don't even know what you had around you. Tents and shit.
Yeah, and backpacks and clothes and it was
ridiculous.
No fun. And I'm not a tall guy, and I really couldn't sit completely up. I had to kind of punch down to really get my head up because my head kept hitting the hatchback. But
a little tight.
But we're back and
made it.
Yes. Oh, but
well, the traveling part wasn't the best, but Saturday was awesome. Like Saturday was worth it. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we were going down the river, shooting, each other and throwing marshmallows with each other and doing, beer bongs in the river and that was fun. And there was lots of ladies. I mean, I didn't really get to meet any of the hot ladies because wait, who's going to be listening to this? Should I not be too honest?
No, be as honest as you want. Who cares?
But Jim's going to be listening, isn't he?
Yeah, so.
Okay, well, anyway, here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. The next morning, we're canoeing, and we're hungover as hell, but we go by all these other campsites along the way, along the river, on these beaches. And almost every single one, we're like, girls in bikinis, girls. Where were these ladies at our campsite?
Yeah, our campsite, they're walking around like flannel pajama bottoms and like sweatshirts. And, it's like...
Oh, so hot. Mm-hmm. Whatever.
Yeah, we definitely did.
I guess you're right. Whatever.
There's a lot of Celtics jerseys and,
Yeah, man, there's some hot girls like bathing in the water in the morning. It's like, oh.
Yeah, that was the benefit of getting up early.
Oh, man. Well, see, here's the funny thing. During the Saturday, somehow my camera got wet. Go figure, because we kept spraying each other with water. And capsizing the canoe partially.
I almost totally tipped the whole canoe over, which would have been the worst.
I wish I would have got a picture of that, because that was... He's tipping, and I'm like, I see it happening. I'm trying to compensate.
I always fall in slow motion, too.
But I was like, what? No.
I was like pushing with all the strength on the other side of the canoe.
And he almost tips the canoe over, but then the chair just ends up rolling over, and he went in the drink.
We were literally like 3 inches from the water line on that side I was tipping over on.
Yeah.
We're lucky you go to the gym, because if I was with the other 2 guys, forget it. We would have been flipped over. All our shit would have been floating down the river.
So that's why there's no other pictures. I kind of took pictures during the first half of the day, and then by the time we got camped, the camera wouldn't work. And then the next morning, it did start working. I think it dried out or something. So that's why I have a pic. I think the last picture I sent you is the one where it's just the 3 of us, and we're like, where the fuck is the professor?
Ah, right.
So, anyway, but that's why there's no hot lady pictures.
We learned.
Yeah.
He was the guy with the ride, because my girlfriend was supposed to go, and she has a car, and she had to work. That
one friend did bring up a question though.
Mm-hmm.
did your girlfriend not trust you enough to loan you her car?
She needed it for work.
Oh, for work. I see.
Yeah.
There we go. Not.
Yeah, it was probably the same size as the professor's. You know,
I'm almost thinking 3 in a hatchback would definitely work, but not 4.
no,
3.
definitely not 4. That was. I don't know how we even did it. Seriously.
Oh, and what about the doc's driving? The crazy
The professor's
swerving.
driving?
Oh, sorry, the professor's driving. These code words are killing me. Driving and like almost seems like he's swerving, and then to check to go left, he's got to roll down his window and stick his head out. I'm like, why don't you use your mirror? He's like, I can't. There's a blind spot there. I'm like, oh god, dude.
Scariest driver of all time. And if you're listening to this, I speak the truth. You're the scariest driver I've ever been in the car with. And I had an anxiety attack for 16 hours in a 3-day span between the trip there and back. I've never been more afraid in my life. And we're lucky to be alive. Worse. Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Pretty bad.
It was... I was. And then I tried to hit on the girl you smashed into.
You what? Oh, now you got to tell this story. This sounds like the best story ever. Okay.
I feel like we talked about going to IHOP like every week, and we went once like the whole year. So we actually tried to go this time. Now, when Bryce says he was making a left, he didn't have like the right of way, or he just decided to make a left. You know.
So you made a left and they hit your like right rear? Oh shit. To stop.
Right. And it missed my door by like 3 feet.
Oh fuck.
I'm like, bro, I just ruined her life. It's not really a good time. She's kind of not happy right now. Yeah. She was alright. She wasn't bad. You know?
I'm not going to say it makes it better, but it almost does when it's someone hot that you get in a wreck with.
Mm-hmm.
I got in a wreck once where someone was going the wrong way on a one-way street. It was late.
Mm-hmm.
And she sideswiped me and then drove off.
Wow.
So I pull over, somebody else pulls over and said they got her license plate number.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're waiting for the cops, and they are nice enough to wait with me. Girl comes back. She's wasted.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, are you okay? And then I'm like, yeah, my car's just fucked up. And she's like, oh. And then she sees there's other witnesses there, and she freaks out and gets in her car and drives off again.
Oh my god.
But now we really have her driver, license plates.
Right, right.
Funny story though. I mean, I called the police and give them the information, and they're like, well, we could follow through with it, but there's no, you may or may not get any money from this person,
Thanks.
But, yeah. But I ended up, getting some restitution, but saw her in court and felt like, oh man, sorry, you're hot. Can we still maybe do something? Huh? No. Yeah, well, at that point, yeah, fuck it. I think I got $1,000, whatever.
There was twice where I was just parked at a red light and I got hit. Once was late at night, and I was at a red light, and these two guys just rear-ended me, and then I look behind me, and they do a 3-point turn, and then just speed off in the other direction. And there's a guy in the lane next to me, and I just put my hands out like, what the fuck? And then we both start laughing because, like, what are we going to do? And the other time, I was at a red light. Between me and the red light was the entrance to a diner, and I'm watching this lady get into her truck. I don't know why. I guess there was nothing else going on, so she was the only thing moving around. So I watched her get into the truck, pull out of the parking lot, look to her right, not look to her left, and I'm watching her the whole time. And then she just turns left right into my car. And I was like, what the fuck, lady? Like, And so she was one of those helpless women who couldn't do anything. So she's like, oh, we got to wait for my husband to show up. I can't, fill out any paperwork till my husband shows up. And I'm like, I'm on my way to school. Class starts in a half hour. Can't you, exchange info? She's like, no, we got to wait for my husband to be here, blah, blah, blah.
Give me your fucking information so I could go.
Right, exactly. So I had to wait for her husband.
Oh, fuck. Did the police get there? Did the police come at all?
No, her husband actually said, you know what, I know, auto body place. I will pay for all the repairs, and, then we'll just call it a day. And I'm like, fine. Yeah. But it's a pain in the ass. Then you got to go to the auto body shop, wait for it. It's still an inconvenience.
Yeah.
But this is probably the best. Bry's going to like this one. This one was my fault. That's why Bry's going to like it. I was at... no, this is a good story, actually. I had a junior license, 17. It was 1:30 in the morning, so I'm not even supposed to be driving. I'm going up a road, Taco Bell's to the left. Me and my buddy are just going to get a snack before we go home. So... I have my left turn signal on, and I have a 76 Chevy Impala, one of the biggest cars ever.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, the line is actually wrapped around the entire Taco Bell. So it's going to be a half hour wait. So I'm like, all right, fuck this. There's a street directly to the right. So instead of making a left, I make a right to go down the side street and go home. But there was a car trying to pass me on the right at that same moment. Tiny little Camaro. My car actually went over the hood of the Camaro. So I pull over. These two guys that look like the fucking who do you call it from 80s wrestling? The Jeff Hart and those two beefy guys with the goatees.
Yeah.
The huge fucking muscles. They get out of the car and they start cursing. And I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna die tonight. So they walk over to the car and. They're like, what the fuck, were you drinking? I'm like, no, I was just, I explained what happened. And they're like, all right, let's exchange info. I roll down my window a millimeter, and I'm slipping my info through the little slit in the window, because I'm too scared to open the door or roll down the window. So I'm sliding the stuff out. We need registration. So I look over at my buddy, and I'm like, all right, give me the registration of the glove compartment. He gives it to me. I grab it, I turn to the left to give it to the British Bulldog or whatever he was. And
the Macho Man.
Yeah, and I slip it through the window, and Bam Bam Bigelow takes it. And I turn back to the right.
Junkyard Dog.
And I turn to the right, and my door is wide open, and my friend is halfway down the block running as fast as he can. And I look back at the guys, and he's like, was that your friend? And I was like, yeah. And they both started cracking up, and they're like, "That's the funniest thing I've ever seen." And that lightened the mood. And I think it actually saved my ass. He said he ran all the way home without stopping. So, yeah. Good
See you, Jay.
He was hauling ass. It was the funniest shit.
Run, Forrest.
So those are my accident stories. You guys, Brock told his.
Well, I don't have I have another pullover story. I don't have an accident story.
Pullover story?
Where you get pulled over.
Okay, go for it.
I'm 16. Had my license for maybe 6 months. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And me and some friends, big thing back then. You couldn't do much else, so we went to the dollar movies.
Mm-hmm.
Go hang out there, play video games, maybe watch a movie, a couple movies, then go home. Well, it's about, 11 o'clock, midnight, something like that. And I have a big green 1974 Dodge van. That was my dad's, and that was my car to drive. And so we get in, and, start the car, Start driving down fairly major street. And, you know, there's lots of street lights on.
Mm-hmm.
So everything's fine. Everything's well lit. I'm going along, obeying the speed limit. We haven't been drinking at all. Nothing's going wrong. You know, just going the speed limit, whatever. Suddenly, behind me, cops, lights. I like freeze up. This is the first time I've ever been pulled over. I'm freaking out. Like, I totally forget everything you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go to the right, just pull over the side of the road. What do? I make a left into a parking lot of a mall. And then I pull over and finally stop, put it in park, and just wait there.
He's got to be pissed.
3 cops now
are
there, all with their lights on us. You know, and I make this stupid move. I think I actually opened my car door or something.
Oh, yeah, they don't like that.
Okay, so they finally come over. Maybe I didn't open my car door or something. I don't remember. But anyway, they come over. They're like, I think they asked me if I'd been drinking. I was like, no. And they're like, and then they point the flashlight over at my friend. Now, he, right now he's in a rock and roll band, but he, back in high school, was a drummer, long hair, which he would get bleached blonde, and also would get a perm. Like Sammy Hagar, like curly perm.
That's straight.
Well, no, they shine the light over on him, and they're like, "What about your girlfriend?"
Nice.
And I just started smirking a little bit, and I went, "That's a guy, sir."
Nice.
But the shit of the thing is, he took my license and everything, wrote me a ticket. Guess what? I didn't have my lights on. I didn't have my headlights on. If I would have just pulled over to the right, I would have been given a warning.
Right.
But because I fucking was an idiot, I got this little stupid ticket. But
I did that once with the headlights. I used to do these. Well, I still do sometimes. These YouTube videos, and we the earlier episodes, not much plot. We used to just smash TVs and stuff, and you know, we were younger. It's you know, still funny, but whatever.
Break shit.
If you want to see those, youtube.com/TITOWAJ. Anyway, we were Tito Watch. That actually stands for something. Fuck it. Do you?
Tit job. No? Oh.
No. So we used to drive around on garbage day and get all the broken appliances, so it looked like we were smashing our own TVs and shit during the show. You know, we do shit where like a bad show would be on TV and we just grab the TV and like smash it or whatever. You know, but it would be a garbage TV and it would look real. You know. Anyway, we were just done with that, and I pull out of a parking lot. I forget to turn my lights on, and of course, there's a cop right there. He pulls me over. I have like 4 TVs, 3 VCRs, and 2 computer monitors in my back seat. It looks like, yeah, it looks like I just looted a fucking house. And luckily, the guy I did the show with was well known by the local authorities. So the guy's like looking in the back, and he's looking at me, and he's like about to like get freaked out. And then he looks in the passenger seat, and he's like, "Oh, hey, what's up, man? How's your brother doing?" Totally recognized him. And then there was another time we were driving around. We also had a life-size dummy named Mr. Beat, and for some reason we thought it would be funny to drive around with him on the roof. And we put his hands and his feet in the doors so you'd stay up there, and we were just cruising around the neighborhood. So the guy pulls us over, of course. I didn't know it was against the law to do that. But, he pulls us over, and he goes, "What's that on the roof?" And I'm like, "It's Mr. Beat. You know, he's chilling." And he gets a smirk on his face. He's like, "Are you that guy on public access?" He's like, "I saw that last week." And he's like, put Mr. Beat in the back seat with a seatbelt. Like, he started laughing and like left. I was like, holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah, totally lucked
Puerto
out
Rican
again.
side.
Yeah. So, there was one last time I got pulled over. We were cruising around, and apparently cops will pull you over if you're cruising around for no reason.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know why. And I was very baked and freaked out. And when he pulled me over, I just got out of the car and started walking. I don't know where I was going to go, but I was just like, I got to get the fuck out of here. This is not a good situation. Yeah. So the cop's like, "Stop, where are you going?" I had like a can of Pringles in my hand, and I was like, oh, I was just gonna sit on the hood of the car. And he's like, what are you doing? I was like, eating Pringles. You want some? And he's like, no. And he's like, so what were you guys doing? I was like, nothing. We were just eating Pringles. You want some? And I kept offering Pringles. And like we weren't doing anything wrong, so we eventually had to leave. So I ended up offering him Pringles like 3 times.
Gotta get away from this Pringles guy. He's freaking
exactly.
me out.
This kid's a little weird. I'm gonna get out of here.
Want some Pringles? No.
I really don't, dude.
We're gonna arrest you. You want some Pringles? No. Why? You want some Pringles? All right, I'm leaving you. Get out of here, Pringles guy. Yeah.
No?
Rack your brain.
You never got pulled over? This is all like the typical, yeah. I got pulled over once. We were leaving a club, and guy pulled us over, gave me a speeding ticket, and you know, we went through the whole shit. He gave me a ticket, and as we were pulling away, one guy in the back seat yelled like "fucking cops" or something. And I guess the cop heard it. It was a 3-lane highway, and I was in the right lane going exactly 55. He pulled up in the middle lane and drove parallel with me for 3 exits, just staring at me the entire time. And I'm just going exactly 55, like looking straight ahead, like freaking the fuck out. And I'm like, thanks, buddy. Look what you just got us into.
You jackass.
Yeah. So if I did anything, that guy would have pulled me over again. Like, you know, if I fucking blinked, he would have pulled me over.
I got pulled over twice for doing the exact same thing wrong.
Same day?
Like, immediately after I got pulled over and written a ticket.
What were you doing?
I was a pizza driver, and I was going down the wrong way on a one-way street because I got confused.
Mm-hmm.
Then I pulled over. He gave me the ticket, and then I went to go drive away, but I should have pulled around to go the opposite way.
Did he give you another ticket?
No.
Oh,
He said, what are you doing? I went, I need to fucking get home. It's like 3 in the morning. I'm tired. Need a drink, God damn it.
You were a pizza delivery guy?
For a brief time.
Do you have any pizza delivery funny stories?
Not really.
Nobody answered the door naked or...
No.
No.
We just were visiting a lot of like low-income people and trailer parks and crappy shit. Although there wasn't one drunken night after we were delivering pizzas with some of the other people that worked there. That was fun. Yeah. But no fun stories with the pizza place.
Lucky you weren't in my neighborhood. Whenever there was a pizza guy behind me, I would stop at stop signs for like a minute and a half just to make them late. Drive really slow. I'm a dick.
Oh, this pizza's gonna be free now. God damn it! All right, Brian, we're hogging the mic. It's your turn to talk.
That was, I like your PI stories. I said I liked your PI stories. I don't know what episode it was, but it was some funny stuff. I'm just trying to picture you, like you're not like the most... Well, yeah, you're not the most inconspicuous person, so the fact that you were a PI just really amuses me. Yeah, I know, you were like 3 times as noticeable.
Like Dog, the bounty hunter.
Yeah, you might as well put like a neon green light pointing into your car. Friggin'... Yeah, they tend to do that.
You don't fucking know. You'll know. God damn it. No, me neither. I'm like straightening my neck this way because of the headphones and trying to keep in the picture. And
I think you're getting quiet, Brian. You're just not yeah, you're very quiet now.
telemarketer, what is that? How can I help you? The phrase that pays.
No, I will never see another show on opening day. Star Wars 1 ruined that for me.
Did you wait in line for like a year? a week.
Well, you wait in line forever. Everyone's super annoying. Like when I saw Star Wars, was I with you, Bri, with that? People were like cheering every time a character appeared, and it was like lightsaber fights in the hallway. Yeah. Yep. And then when something's like, even when something's a joke, even if it's not that funny, like everyone goes crazy. And, you know. Well, that's it for our Stickum video.
Stickum video's up and done, I guess.
Yeah, apparently you can only
Do an hour
on Stickum recording. So, you know. No, we're recording audio now. Oh, the video part? Yeah. If you want. I mean, we can stay on. We're just not going to be able to record it for the show. But,
yeah, I bet people are gonna love that. Hey, it's listening to them, but I can see them, and they're not really doing much.
I hit save and it just says error. So I don't even know if it's saved anymore. That's great. I'll start recording again in case it did save.
This is the cool part of the show.
Yeah. Because Bry still has his big announcement, and we're pretty much out of time already.
Well, I think we should move on to that then.
You ready for that, Bry, or do you have another story you want to do?
You want to push it off till next week?
The other story was the hot tub, which is I guess. You can write what off?
Write what off? Oh. The whole thing, or just a portion of it? No, it makes sense because, I mean, if you need therapy, I mean, it's a medical expense. Yeah, that would be. IRS would come knocking on your door. There it is. What?
So you have a basement too? Like, it's your own?
See, he's living like a real adult. He's got a water heater and a furnace, and
Yeah, no, he's a real person.
Motherfucker, I want central air. I don't really.
It's ridiculous in here.
I don't know.
I had to turn the AC off. Or else it's. Yeah, this is a fucking hot podcast. I'm fucking sweaty and gross.
Hot, baby. Hot girls. I hope you're watching this right now. Yes, y'all. And you don't stop.
So, yeah, I guess it's time. Bri has a big announcement to make. Big announcement. I think this may surprise some people.
I'm going to do a jihad on your...
You didn't write it?
Extempore? Wow.
Now, I wasn't going to tell Alex I was going to make it a surprise, but then, all right, fuck it, just go ahead.
Woo!
Yeah.
Why
aren't you having fun? This was supposed to be a happy place. You're more than welcome.
Well, how about a sabbatical?
Yeah, well, you're gonna go through withdrawal in a week or two.
What episode is this? You didn't even say it at the start.
25.
25.
25. So I mean,
yeah, that'll make you tired. I think.
I don't know. It's.
Easy money.
Well, you can do both. I mean, well,
Thank you. Oh fuck. Yeah. Once they really get to know me and I'm on every week, then they'll go, fuck. Why don't we pick?
I don't think so. I think people like you. Well, you know what? This is a perfect opportunity to post on the forums. You know, do you want Bri to deal with his shit and come back in like a month? Do you not? Is there a particular guest host you like more than other people? Should we force Alex to come here every week? Is this the saddest episode ever now? brinkofsanityshow.com/forum. I don't know. When you missed last week, I was like...
I was an odd show. I'm just going to say, I want to put it that way. Odd.
Well, see, I think Brad keeps me in check a little bit.
I think he keeps all your guests in check.
Yeah. All right.
I respect it.
It's a good thing that I panicked a little when you missed last week, and I booked guests for the next 2 weeks. I think 3, actually. So, bought myself a little time. Maybe you'll...
Do that. You should.
Or I'll be like, haha, I'm going to do a webcam show and show all my money to Bride, and I'll have Bride back, and money, and fame, and money. And look what it did for his career. He's doing shows for 20 people in Long Island right now. And selling 3 copies of his fart joke CDs. Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm doing some stupid Britney Spears career.
Alex is like, now that you got the webcam going, I'm the new co-host. I'll do like an hour monologue, and Alex will just vogue and dance, and that's the new format for the show. Well, that's disappointing, man.
We're coming out to Connecticut this weekend for an intervention.
Well, one
There you
bride's
go.
going to be in Maine.
Oh, that's right.
2. So you're going to be in Maine next weekend, not this weekend? Well, fuck you, man.
Yeah, man. We're going to have the 40 party for that.
Yeah, Alex and I are having a 40 party.
40s.
We haven't even invited anybody else yet.
40-ounce malt liquor.
No, I said we haven't even invited anybody else yet. We're just going to drink 40s. Maybe we'll turn on this webcam. I'm kind of liking this. We'll check in. We may have 40 night in front of the webcam, so let me know. Also, I'd like to give a congrats to the guy who made the logo. He had a baby last night, so congratulations. He's been busy with that. I haven't asked. He'll probably listen to this and follow up. Yeah, you said you were changing your car to water. We want a follow up on that.
A water car? What?
Yeah, there's a way to like hook up your car so it runs on water. He sent me the link on the web, and
okay, well,
so I want to know if he actually did that. And I don't know if he did that, then we'll get a, we get a report. And then so yeah, you had a baby. Congrats on that. And yeah, congratulations. He also designed the shirt design. I will put that up on the forums. And if anybody wants a shirt, the deal is there's this show coming up. And this guy said if I had one of his buddies on as a guest, he'll have this band all wear Brink Sanity shirts, which I think would be a pretty good publicity thing. The problem is I have to order a minimum of 24 shirts. So I'm getting a bunch of shirts made up. If you want one, I don't have the prices yet. I'm not in this to make money, but I also don't want to go broke, so I'll let you know how much it costs me, and I'll charge you an extra couple bucks for shipping. And I'll post the design on the forum so you can see it. And what else? Yeah, let me know your.
Some band?
Yeah, some band's wearing the shirt, and I already have 4 of the people that said they want a shirt. They already gave me their size. They don't even care what it looks like, so that's cool. So we already got 7, 8 shirts accounted for. What was that? I am too. I got a very large size. So I don't know. I don't know who this is, but it's our newest.
Let's read it.
It's our newest forum member, and he says we sound like Max Headroom, but that is because your connection stinks. Also, I don't know who you are.
Thaddeus. Thaddeus.
All right. Well, yeah, people have been joining the forum, so
awesome.
Thanks for that. Yeah, that's a good thing. Keep more stuff going on there. We try and add stuff to the forums every week.
I'm gonna go wring my shirt out now. I'm leaving.
Yeah. Do you
dancing and sweating? Do
you have any more parting words, or Brian? And you also might like the actual program. So yeah. All right. Interesting approach. So everything brinkofsanityshow.com/forum. There's a new ad on the front page. Click it. That gives us money to get new equipment. Maybe we do sound Max Headroom-ish because our equipment sucks. So click on the ad and get money. All right.
There you go.
So Bri is not quitting the forums. So okay. so Bri will still have his sarcastic, shitty comments on the forums to piss you guys off.
Click it good.
And please vote on Podcast Alley. I'm not getting too many votes right now. And thanks for listening. And continue to listen. The show will go on. Bryce sounds like he will be coming back eventually. This guy might be back soon.
I'll be back. Don't worry.
There is always a place for you here. So, we've come a long way, and still a long way to go. I feel like we're on the brink of going places. So
you got the right one, baby.
Well, we've always been on the brink of sanity. Now I'm even closer because now if I don't have a fucking guest lined up, I'm fucked. So it's one step closer. But yeah, there'll be a new guest host next week. And then the week after will be the return of Leon and Lauren. And then I want feedback from everyone on the forums, brinkofsanityshow.com. And, let me know what you think about previous guest hosts. Complain, bitch that you want Bri back, start a petition. Do whatever you want. I don't care. Bri is an attention whore. So... Alex is already out the door. He's like, fuck this. Yeah, he's just like, I'm done.
I'm tired. I'm hot.
When I thought Alex was canceling, I thought, all right, it's just going to be me and Bri. And Bri's going to quit 5 minutes into the show just to see how awkward the show can get. I really thought that's what you were going to do. Well, you could have just said you didn't want to do the comic show. We're having a stand-up Comic-Con on August 5th. Don't know if he's funny or not. If he's not funny, it might even be a funnier show, though.
Some random guy?
I have no idea who the fuck it is. It's my one buddy, I guess, is booking things now. He's the one who is also booking the band who's wearing the Brink of Sanity shirts. And he said that was the deal. If I have his stand-up comic friend on, then a couple hundred people will see the Brink of Sanity shirts, and it's like one of those chick bands, so they look kind of hot.
Even better.
Yeah, I have their MySpace thing. They look pretty good. Yeah, so I figured a lot of people see that, maybe they'll listen, and new listeners are always good. So
one last thing, Brian, you're out of the band.
He said you're out of the band. So Alex is also out. He just left. Yeah, so I guess the show is over. We will be back. I will be back next week with a guest host that you guys have not seen yet. He is a new one, our 9th guest host. He is good friends with the professor, so he will probably have more ridiculous professor stories. Because I have a feeling there's a lot. Yeah. So we got some stories lined up. I've been making a list of stuff I want to talk about, and every week we go over. I still have 6 things. So next week there's gonna be a bunch of shit, and it'll be a good show. I hope. That's it, right? Yeah, an off episode or two. I wouldn't say you're bringing the show down. I mean, you were also on fire for a couple episodes when I wasn't as good. So. All right, well, we'll see how it goes. Thanks for listening, everyone. Everyone who joined us in Stickum, thank you. Check out the forums. We'll probably be doing the video thing often. I don't know if this is saving onto my hard drive or not, so it might be if you didn't listen to it live, you don't get to see it. But the audio will be there, so that's fun. And I'll figure out how to record it later. And that's it, right? All right. Thank you. We'll be back next Wednesday. Wednesday this week. So if we go live again, I'll post it on the forums. Probably be like 8 o'clock Eastern time. But I don't know if we're going to do the webcam thing yet. But we'll see. So thanks for listening, and we'll be back next Wednesday.